Hey guys, my name is Nathan. I am the Student Ministries Pastor at Kings Harbor Church in Torrance.
Hey everyone, my name is Andrew. I am a student ministry pastor out here in Palos Verdes, and I have been a youth pastor really for about 5 years now.
My name is Jimmy Ariana, and I am one of the youth pastors at Calvary Chapel South Bay.
So I recently got involved and heard about FCA. When I first came to the South Bay, I was looking for a way to get more involved in the local school system and get involved with our students other than just Wednesdays or Sundays. And FCA was an incredible opportunity for me to be able to get on campuses and just spend some time with our students outside of the normal church programming that we were offering at the time.
I actually first heard about FCA while I was in high school. About the end of my high school career, I started going, attending some meetings, and that kind of set it forward to then later on when I graduated college and I moved out to the South Bay, started becoming a youth pastor. I was introduced to Shane and I heard about FCA, and I remembered back to my time in high school and how beneficial it was for me. I figured, you know what, I should now join in and help out these kids as well.
I really got involved with FCA and heard about FCA through Shane Morgan, who actually stopped by the church one day, wanted to get to know CCSB and the pastors there, and then I, being the youth pastor, got connected with him, and that's how it all kind of came about.
So I think FCA has strengthened my walk with Christ and my leadership ability because it's forced me to go and really think about what it means to be a missionary in my own backyard. I know that's like a cliche that we throw around a lot, but FCA really gives us this opportunity to go and literally be a missionary for a couple of hours a day or a couple hours a week or even a couple hours a month. And it gives us this incredible opportunity to go and sometimes step out of our comfort zone and go and reach students exactly where they're at.
FCA will always have a special place in my heart because it's through FCA that I witnessed an amazing transformation in one of my friends. When I was still in high school, I was on the baseball team and I invited one of my friends to come to FCA. This kid had nothing to do with church. They had never been to church. They didn't know anything about God, but all of a sudden they felt like, hey, free pizza, a chance to hang out, talk with other kids was something that enticed them. And so they came to FCA and they met an environment that was welcoming, that was loving, that was encouraging. And from that moment on, they were hooked. And so they kept coming back, and more they were poured into through FCA. So much so that summer they ended up becoming a Christian. And from there, they actually graduated and became an FCA employee, and then years later, they actually now are a youth pastor. And so just watching this transformation of someone who is close to me, a friend of me, myself, go from someone who didn't know anything about Jesus to someone who is now a pastor, training the next generation, all through this interaction of FCA, it still impacts me to this day.
I think youth pastors should partner with FCA because, it's a team effort. We can't do it alone. And, there's a generation out there that we need to go reach for Jesus Christ. And you will have a greater impact as a team than doing it individually, So I'm a strong believer in the FCA mission.
I believe that one of my goals is that every single student in the South Bay hear the hope of the gospel at least one time before they graduate. And there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that by myself, but the only way is if the Church of the South Bay would join together and unite in such a way where we were on every single middle school and high school campus in the South Bay, reaching out to students and families and coaches every single week. And this platform and this unity of the church will give us this opportunity to go and create transformation and change within the lives of students, but within the lives of the whole culture of the South Bay. But the only way in which that transformation and that change happens is if we're able and we're willing to do it together.
I think it's super important for youth pastors to encourage their students to get involved in FCA on their campuses, especially the public school campuses. It's important for students to have a Christian community on campus. That church on their midweek or their Sunday morning isn't just their only time away, but to have friends in a community and a chance to gather on school campus, I think is vital for their faith, especially in these forming years of high school. So it's important for youth pastors to say, hey, get involved at your school. Become, in a sense, missionaries to your school and to encourage that process as well.